recording over there.
We're recording. Actually, no, before you do anything. Silent is already on silent. Okay. Go. Cari amici sportivi. Welcome yet to another Milan Weekly podcast. Where we're live on the YouTube machine.
YouTube.
Back in the old days, Red Car Weekly, Stevie P, Vinny T, always faithfully, through the good and the bad, lately the bad. Well, we're not professionals.
Nor do we pretend to be.
Steve, let's just get straight into it. Let's just, okay. So, we're meeting up at the Trocciaros. They fix us up with a bella pizza. Some pizza for about 25, 30 guys. We're ready for game time. We do our little meeting. We talk about the club. And the game starts. And we're just there waiting for something to happen. And nothing happened. They hit a post. They had the better chances in the first half. And then, a few situations where we needed the VAR. Please explain to me, Steve, how on that tackle of Nainggolan, can you please explain to me how Bilia gets the yellow card? Is it because he was behind the player and they didn't see it? Because that one, it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me.
It didn't make any sense whatsoever.
And we're not saying that has anything to do with us losing, right? It was just I still didn't, because we have to admit, guys, that most of the game, the referee called it straight down the middle. He let a lot of things fly.
Let it play.
He let a lot of things fly on both ends, right? But that one I still didn't get. Not a shot on goal before, the 80th minute, I believe.
We had a shot on goal?
At the 80th minute, yeah.
Or we passed it to Handanovic.
Guys, it's... Forget losing in that manner, right? I was screaming at Donnarumma as soon as that goal came on, and everybody was like, "No, it's not Donnarumma." I'm like, watch, right? And everybody's coming out from over there. The defensive, and it hurts to rag on Donnarumma because he did a lot of key saves during that match, right? He kept us in the game. But then, even taking it to the Bakayoko.
Who?
Bakayoko. Relax. The only reason that I think he brought him on, Steve, is because we're on a corner and because of his height. Now, why take out Frank? That I don't understand. Bonaventura, did you see him touch the ball at any point during the game? No. So, I don't know, Steve. I know you have a lot of things on your mind, and you were quite aggravated on Sunday. Thank God there was no kids.
Very around. Aggravated.
Tell us, how do you feel?
I'm so pissed.
Because you were expecting more.
Oh, more from the get-go. From the get-go, remember we were watching the game together. We had a fantastic interview with Concordia University.
Yeah, they interviewed us. You were trying to make me laugh, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Look, I can only explain. I had the fantastic opportunity to be on David Amoyal's show, Calcioland, and he asked me a bunch of questions, which some spill into the presidential points. One of the questions he asked me was, what's the matchup that you're looking for? The matchup, which is obvious, sitting here in North America, an ocean away, we know that Inter develops all their chances from the flanks. The matchup was on the flanks. Calabria did a wonderful job on Perisic.
That he did. It was
a long time injured.
A long time he had a good game.
Ricardo Rodriguez. They wanted nothing to do. They wanted nothing to do with Ricardo Rodriguez's side. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I would have to rewatch.
Nothing was built up on Ricardo Rodriguez's side. Nothing. Until the 93rd minute, and our friend now let me say something here. please, before I'm gonna get really nervous and I'm gonna break your table.
Don't break
you guys
the
have a
table.
chance. You might see it live. Here.
Don't break our newly tripod that we put up
Yeah.
together from the money that we made from all our sponsors. Yeah.
Please, Inter fans, I get it. I would have won that game. I would have been happy too. Don't tell me that they played a fantastic game.
No, Francis, this goes out to you.
No, I spoke with Francis.
He knows.
He knows.
Okay.
He knows. The first 10 minutes, Milan came out and they looked like they wanted to play. But just for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It didn't last longer than that. As soon as Inter scored that goal that got disallowed, the game shifted.
We completely came, like, we were looking at it like, what's going on with these guys? It's like we were losing cheap balls and everything, and then I believe it was a couple of saves from Donnarumma. Was like, okay, let's settle down over here, let's relax, and then both disallowed goals, good calls, both on
I agree.
both of them, but
And I agree with the Inter fans. Milan was set up that game to lose.
what do you say we're set up to lose?
I think they were set up to lose because mentally, I don't think they were prepared for this game. They came to the game. Now, he had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, Gattuso. Don't tell me in 2 weeks that's what he came up with. It's impossible. We didn't generate anything in the final third.
Higuain didn't touch the ball.
Higuain didn't touch the ball.
Not from his fault, right? Because he wasn't in service at all. It looks at one point we're trying to play the counterattack. Then at one point we were playing possession.
We looked timid. We looked fragile. We'll touch in the presidential points about Gattuso's press conference after. I won't go there. But you sub out a winger and you put in Cutrone and you say, hey, looks like it's a positive move, right?
He kind of opened up a little bit of the game after that.
To play him as a winger. I would have rather this Milan lost 4-0 and at least tried to win than losing in the 93rd minute from a goal, from a snake.
That, you know what? Fucking snake. There, I said it.
Snake.
And he had to go make out with his girlfriend.
He didn't create anything either. He didn't get serviced either.
No.
So, you know what? This whole Higuain, I'm not getting service. Well, Icardi didn't get service either. Until that ball. I know everybody's frustrated about that goal. Vecino will not hit a cross like that for the rest of his life. And Icardi made a wonderful run. He put Musacchio, he turned them 6s and 7s, like the English say.
Abate, what was he doing?
Abate's change, we'll go into the changes a little bit after. But for me, the rage comes from you have 2 weeks to prepare for this game. You've played in these games before. It's time to put on your big boy pants and come and play.
It just looked like, correct me if I'm wrong, this is my opinion, guys. In the last 15 minutes, both teams were playing to like, okay, this is the way it's going to be, 0-0, a bit of this, a bit of that. And the one moment that Milan decided to close their eyes, I'm like, okay, this game is over. They struck and they scored.
But I saw a great tweet. I don't know who sent out this tweet, but I read it and I said, wow, this guy's right. If you want to close the game and you want it to end 0-0, you're happy with the point. You want to do it. And everybody's going to say, oh, you know, Steve, you're probably saying this because you lost. You wouldn't have been saying this if you would have been 0-0. I would have been having the same goddamn podcast, even if they tied 0-0, just because of the mentality and their body language and how they took the field. But you want to close the game, Gattuso. You've put in Borini 1,000 times in the wrong situation. If you want to close the game, put in Borini on that winger spot. Don't put in Cutrone and give everybody a false hope like you're going for it when you're not.
Unless you do it with a 4-4.
Yeah,
4-4-2.
change your formation. Go. If you would have changed to 4-4-2 and you would have played both those strikers high up and you would have lost the game, you would have said, you know what? We went for it. We went for it. But we didn't go for it and we didn't close the game. And you lost a point. And everybody, I saw the president is saying, yeah, but it's only 1 point. We need all the points we can get.
Yep.
We need all the points we can get. We're sitting at 12. They're sitting at 19. That's 7 points different from Inter.
And guys, we're going to get into this, that we're the same level that we were Montella back then. And we're going to talk about the games coming.
Another fantastic tweet that I said, if Montella would have made those changes, we would have crucified him.
And we're gonna talk about
Bakayoko.
The only reason would be for his height. I don't understand.
Not even to tie their shoes. Not even to tie their shoes, he has to take that field. He was lost.
Who are you gonna put?
You could put Bertolacci, you could put Mauri, you could put whoever. I'm telling you, if they don't like the way he trains, then it's really bad.
I sincerely think it's because of the height factor and because we're coming off that court.
For one set play. You rolled the dice for one set play. One set play.
And what if
one set?
And what if it was gonna come through? Watch the microphone. You can break the table, but on the microphone. Okay, presidential point number 1. Curva Sud angry. Luca Lucci, head of the Curva Sud, blasted Milan on Instagram and probably said what many fans are feeling right now. You have to play the derbies. You fight and spit blood, and even then, maybe you will lose. Yesterday, nothing. Shame on everyone, from those who go onto the field to those who put onto the field to those who allow you to have this mentality in games like that. There are no excuses. Have respect for the fans. All those who days before do not sleep due to the tension. All those who together make the choreography to give you a boost and who chanted for 90 minutes and today have lost their voices. Like our friend Jan from Montreal. That was at the game, actually. Those who love Milan will always do this no matter what. You are lacking the Milan values that we expect to be on display. His question, guys, is reading this 24 hours later with a cooler state of mind.
Cooler state of mind.
Steve has a cooler
state of mind. I'm going to smash everything.
Do you still feel this way? Was this a fair statement or a bit too harsh by Curva Sud?
No, not harsh at all.
I don't think so.
Not harsh at all. He's spot on. These people, in Italy, it's magnified 150,000%. They live it as a religion. The choreography, both on the Snake side and on Milan side, was fantastic. I don't know how they knew that they were going to put up a snake in Curva Nord to put up the devil's hands ripping the snake in half. But wow, that was fantastic. But after seeing that choreography in Curva Sud where the snake is being ripped apart in half, and then you show up in the game like a little girl on a tricycle.
I think
we didn't even touch the snake. We didn't even touch it. No touching. We didn't touch it. The snake ran. The snake was just slithered. It slithered around.
I think the result is not the problem here, guys. It's mostly they didn't show up. Showed us no grinta, no voglia, no wanting to. And for those few moments that we might have a chance, and it's like, okay, what's going on over here? And the better team won, guys. That's the way we look at it. Even though they weren't that better.
Whoa. The better team
that
won.
Day.
That day.
I don't know everything. I'm going to compliment
Inter at 19 points playing like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're playing against a Milan team that was fragile from the get-go. After the 10-minute mark, to be very honest, Joe, if the game would have finished 3-0, I wouldn't have been surprised.
If that who was it that hit the crossbar? Anyway, if that would have went in, or let me ask you this on a side note: if that call would have went to VAR and they would have red carded Nangolan, which would have rightfully so would have been the right call, you think that game would have been different?
I think it would have changed, but I don't.
I
don't think so. I'm not gonna look, and I'm not gonna do the podcast and the video on YouTube with this fantastic technology on what ifs. He didn't get carded. I don't know why they don't go to VAR for things like that. I think Bilia's card should be taken back. I tip my hat to Bilia, to be very honest, Joe.
He's the only one that impressed me because he took that as a roar, a lion's roar. Is like, this is what the way it's going to be.
But you know why he took it as a lion's roar? I'm going to tell you why. Because as soon as he started to limp, he raised his head and he looked to the left and he saw Bakayoko warming up. And he said, holy shit, if this guy's going to bring on Bakayoko, I'm better off staying in this game with one leg.
And he did.
And he did.
And he did.
He did.
Point number 2. guys. Gattuso contradiction. In the post-match interview, Gattuso said something that leaves you a little perplexed. Are you fixing the... Okay. We took a step back on a technical level, but a step forward in our consistency. Gattuso's Milan has been consistent. We conceded a goal yet again. A bit later, he says, are you waving the white flag?
I'm going to lose my shit on this point.
A bit later, he says, we played against a team that is physically stronger than us. Inter deserved to win. We lack the courage to play, but I like our mentality. Question.
What the fuck is he smoking, this guy?
You see how he didn't use the word weed? Did cannabis become legal in Italy too? He didn't want to use like a slang word like
fucking weed, Presidente. Weed, Christ.
How can Gattuso say these things when Milan did not get a shot on net till the 80th minute, and that is the first time Milan have been shut out this season?
This is a goddamn Montella press conference. I can't believe this came out of his mouth.
I think Gattuso, this is the first time.
He was raveled too, and it was either he was going to lose his shit, and he was going to have a press conference where he was going to be like as if he was back in Greece. We're going to go back to the future. Sometimes it's shit, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's shit, sometimes it's good. I would have rather that, to be very honest, Joe. Seriously. What is this? What is this?
I
Physically stronger than us? They didn't do nothing the whole game. Inter didn't do anything.
They did nothing to merit the win per se. For let's say they had 17 chances on goal, nothing was going in.
No.
They just had a fantastic chance.
We killed ourselves. They had the Vecino again put in a cross that he will never put for the rest of his life. Icardi got on the end of it and put it in the net.
So in the end, can we all agree that they didn't win this game? We lost it. In so many words, it's like it's like we just go. Anyways,
a point would have been miraculous. It would have been, you know what, we showed up.
Yeah,
shit. We got out of there with a point. Let's go on to the next one. But to lose in the 93rd minute pisses me the fuck off.
Guys, we've been using profanity over here, but Radio Restaurant, it's not like they listen to the podcast.
And it's not even that they understand.
Exactly. Point number 3. Milan's lack of discipline. One of Milan's weaknesses is their mentality, which we've discussed many times on the See, he's putting himself inside the conversation. Further evidence of this was in regards to their lack of discipline. Yesterday's Milan received 5 yellow cards, their highest amount in one game so far this season. Question. Is this solely a Gattuso problem due to his cautious or lack of a killer instinct coaching tactics? Or is this a problem with the players who are just not good enough to raise their game when the stakes are high?
I think a lot of the cards yesterday were a bit weak, to be very honest.
You know what I think? Mostly because it was an Inter game. I think other than the Biglia one, there was the Çalhanoğlu was a bit harsh because it was just he just told off to the referee. Calabria, that was a well-deserved yellow card, and
he took it.
He took it, right? He knew exactly. You're going to get these cards a bit more during these kind of games, right? But no, I don't think.
Let's scrap the discipline bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm going to take over this point. I'm going to make my own point. From that game,
you do that while I get myself one of these low carb beers.
From that game, you see, he just straight up. He gets up, goes to the fridge, and he gets himself another beer. You're seeing this. This happens every goddamn podcast. Okay? He's back.
Not the last ones. I haven't been drinking beer the last ones. I've been drinking water.
Keto diet.
Keto diet, yeah.
From that game yesterday, I'm going to tell you who impressed me yesterday. Romagnoli had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Biglia, just because I don't know how he stayed in after getting that thing, but didn't create much. I'm giving him the props because he stayed in after anybody else would have probably came out.
Yeah.
After that, there's not much.
Kessie had a lot more good than bad, but he had a couple of bad moments.
Bad moments. Again, first touch, I don't know what's going on with it. Donnarumma kept us in it to the last. I'm going to get mad at Donnarumma because I don't know what he was doing on that goal. And I'm fed up of hearing the 19-year-old, the 18-year-old. The guy has 100 appearances in Serie A. We need you, Donnarumma, to come up with a save every once in a while. Not to look like a chicken without a head or lost in space on a cross that, again, completely misjudged it and looked like a goalkeeper that was playing in AA, in RDP. But you got to make we needed you to make that save. Now, if he was going to stay in his net, and was he going to get on the end of that header? We don't know. But at least he wasn't going to look like a salami in the middle of nowhere in the 6-yard box. Between the 6 and the penalty spot, you're in no man's land.
Or for all the good that he did during the game, when you have these brain farts, you need the defenders to be there for you to cover your ass, which they weren't.
I think, people are being hard on Musacchio. I think he slipped. I think you got to give the snake props. That was a fantastic run. He turned them inside out. And he slipped, and he got it at the end of it. If he doesn't slip, does he get to it? No. But again, you put in Cutrone on that side. All of a sudden, Spalletti, he's bald, but he's not an idiot. You see that he's a seasoned veteran. All of a sudden, as soon as Cutrone came into the game, playing on that wing, magically, Jenna, everything was coming down that side. Everything. I didn't even hear Vecino. I didn't even know Vecino was playing before he put in that cross. I didn't even know he was playing.
Oh, man.
So, again, I'm fed up of hearing of Donnarumma's age. I'm fed up of hearing about Gattuso, the legends. I want to win. I want Milan to win. I want them to show up at the derby. I want them to play. I want them to take someone out every once in a while. And I want them to win.
And by the way, what we forgot to say, that Bilia, a little shot that he gave Nangolan, which was not picked up, that's what we want to see.
A little bit of heart.
A little bit of heart to give him a little push, a little shin-on-shin action in the end. He went out.
And again, Higuain, it's the same excuses all the time. Higuain didn't get service. Well, neither did Icardi. Icardi put one in the back of the net. Higuain, unfortunately, buddy, you're not playing at Juve anymore. You're going to have to be a little bit... And he tracked back. We saw him at one point. We saw him track back and come in and recuperate balls. I get that. But on the offensive side, we need you, buddy. We need you.
Yeah.
You could be as pissed as you want. We need you.
It seemed that most of the time when he would get the ball, he's just looking around and there's nobody next to him. So
Suso, invisible.
Yeah.
Let's go. Suso, invisible.
Çalhanoğlu,
I don't know what personal problems he has, but let's face it, guys. I'm not in it for the personal problems. I don't care that he's getting divorced from his family. I want to win. Curva Sud doesn't care that he's getting divorced. We don't care. We want you to show up. If you're not ready, if you're not mentally ready, let's put in someone else.
That's it.
And maybe he's not a left winger. Last year we played him as left wing. We had no one else. Maybe he's not a left winger. Try him in the middle.
4-3-1-2. Put him as a trequartiste. Who knows? Make Suso right defender. Point number 4. For those that I'm not going to see on YouTube, that was my Centrum. That was the sound effect there. My Centrum cardio. I think very much.
Vitamins.
Gattuso versus Montella. So after 8 games, Gattuso matched Montella's point total with 12 last season. While many fans, us included, want Montella's head after such a start last season, it seems that the fans are divided on the issue when it comes to Gattuso. The Gattuso out folks are growing, but there are many who still support him. Much more than they did Montella. The 2-part question: why do you think this is the case? And what are the difference between Montella's Milan and Gattuso's Milan at this point after 8 games?
I think that after yesterday, guys, I have no answers for you on this question. Tell me games against Sassuolo, Chievo, yeah, but we want to beat those teams. We have to beat those teams.
I think it's mostly the people still believe in, and guys, we've said it when they first announced it. We did not believe that Gattuso was the second coming of Christ. We kept on saying, please prove us wrong because we love him, he's a legend. But I think the fact that he was able to turn around that team that was completely in shambles and went through almost 3 months without a loss, I think that's what we're clinging on. But now, and Steve, I know we keep on repeating ourselves, the next couple of games, but guys, Sampdoria and Genoa are absolute wins. There's no. If they're both home games, correct? Sampdoria were playing at home. Genoa was a home game where we're taking back. I know we're playing the Europa League on Thursday, but these are 2
Real Betis.
These are 2 must wins, guys. There's no ifs, ands about it. We need these 2 wins, and we could probably judge after that. But in all
No.
honesty,
I'm judging now. I'm judging here.
when was the last time you saw Milan play a game like this?
Montella was the coach.
Guys, it's the first loss in 9 games.
We're not
Please
even
remember
gonna count.
this,
We're
it's the
not
first-
even gonna count the Benevento bullshit where the goaler decided
No.
to score in the final minute. No.
But
no.
see, if it is the first complete loss in 9 games.
Yeah, but this is magnified 10 times because it's the derby.
And because we lost not from what a hard fought game, we were so into
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I agree.
I think this was just like us realizing that you guys deserve to lose because we did not show up at all. I would have no problem losing to Inter if we had 15 shots each on goal and moments left, right, and center.
The Swedish snake, Nima,
yeah.
again, total respect for him. Always classy, never a dull moment with Nima. He said it. He's fed up of watching derbies like this. Milan looked like a provincial side. It looked like a provincial side playing against one of the Sette Signorina.
What was the last time we won against Inter?
Mihailovic was the coach.
That's it, right?
That's it.
And I think if we look back at the 10 last derbies, guys, we haven't won
No, we tied in the last minute.
Yeah, the 2-2 with the...
This season, it's a comedy of things, right? It's against Naples, bottling it. Against Atalanta, laying a big fat egg.
Napoli.
You know, Roma's victory was hey, you know what? We took a step forward. Yeah, we won in the last seconds. If you take a step back and you let the emotions come out, and you think about it, it was a bit tough. It's been a tough season so far. We have 12 points. Yeah, I get it. 12 points. We flambe ties. We don't show up for these big games against Inter. I heard Radio Rossonera today. You hear it in their voice. They're angry. They're doing an everybody who's a tifoso of Milan is having an angry podcast. Tomorrow I'm going to sit down, I'm going to listen to David and the Calciolan going to work. I'm going to also sit down at work and I'm going to listen to Serie A Sit Down. We're going to hear what Frank has to say.
Cheech.
Frank Cheech. Then Forza Italia Football. We're going to listen to what they have to say. I'm guessing that they're all going to be pissed. If you're tifoso of Milan, you're going to be pissed like me.
And then
you're going to say, enough is enough.
Then we might reach out to Dom Schiavone from Forza Italia Football. That there've been talks. He was actually there at the game. I saw his little video from over there. We'll probably talk to Jan, that's from the Milan club, and see how the experience was there actually in the stadium.
And this is an impact. Huh? No one better say on YouTube this is Inter. The stupid colors that this Montreal Impact picked, unfortunately, the Inter colors. But it's a Montreal Impact.
All right. Point number 5, update on Conti. Mario Giuffredi, agent of Andrea Conti, spoke to Milan News and said his client is ready to start playing soon. He is training with the team. In the next 2 weeks, he'll go play with the Primavera and then slowly he'll integrate himself with the senior team. How happy will he be when Conti returns and we won't have Abate as a sub anymore as a spot will be taken up by Calabria?
But can we stop with this Abate? It was even on the other side.
But guys, hold on. Isn't Conti? He's a wing back, is he not?
Yeah.
Or is a because my FIFA game tells me he's a left midfielder.
I don't know what your FIFA game is telling you.
So where are we gonna put? So he's gonna put him as right back, left back.
We're gonna see what he's gonna do. We're gonna see. I'm not interested in Conti right now. I'm interested in the people saying, you know what, the sub Calabria Abate. Guys, it was the opposite side of the field. There was nothing. That's not the sub that pissed me off. The Bakayoko, I'm so pissed I'm pronouncing his name right. Sub was, let's forget about it. The guy, Frank, ran 150 kilometers and you take him off for a guy who, in the media, there's reports that you don't like the way he trains. The management is thinking of sending him back to Chelsea before his loan is over. Hey, didn't we have a guy like that? Remember Kalinic? We left Kalinic off the roster because we didn't like the way he trained. Now, what gives him the right to step on that field? Has he Has he completely did a 360 in training? I seriously doubt it.
I'm still gonna go with the height thing. That's the only reasonable explanation that I have for him to come on.
Height. We're going with the height over here.
Well, what other reason would you have?
And if we had a free kick next to the box, what are we gonna do? We put a short guy in? A short guy? Huh? That's the way Gattuso goes. Let me measure you before I put you on. Let me measure you. 10 metri. Ah, see.
Point number five. What's this point?
Point 6.
Point 6. Puma Derby promo. It is unfortunate that Milan did not follow the lead of Puma in the latest promo for the Derby, where they stated, "We have no fear." What is this point?
Puma Derby. Puma promo.
He's talking about Puma.
Motherfucker smash everything. Puma promos this guy's putting. I don't understand. I really don't understand.
Point number 7. Point number 7. And then we'll go with our closing Milan remarks. And this one, I like this question. I gotta put him
Which
over
one?
here.
Which one?
Number 7. By the way, there's a timer right over there on the video. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Serie A playoffs. The FIGC elected its new president today. Sole candidate, Gabriele Gravina.
The president again to say.
One of his proposals to a Serie A playoffs for the Scudetto, something we are well accustomed to in North American sports, to have playoffs to win a championship at the end of the regular season. Just like Serie B and Serie C. He does mention Serie B and Serie C, but Ancelotti says that, the format of the championship is correct. Would you like Serie A to have playoffs? And you guys, I don't know if you're familiar, Serie B, Serie C, if I'm not mistaken, Steve, the one that finishes first, gets directly to the semifinals. 2 and 6 play, 3 and 4, something like that. And yes, it's very much more exciting. I would say yes to this. Because in the state of Serie A is right now, they're having a team that's probably going to go win their 8th Scudetto in a row. And I'm sorry, guys, it's the truth, right? At least it would give a bit of oomph to the Serie A. I'm not saying it has to change, but I wouldn't have a problem with it changing like that. I don't know about you.
I'm on the fence. I think FIGC has a lot of other things to think about than the Serie B, Serie C, and the playoffs and the enthusiasm and creating more excitement. Let's make sure Serie B starts on time this time.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that the teams can pay their bills.
That's a fine point.
Let's make sure that the Serie A teams, when they come to Serie A, don't get a negative 3 points because they inflated their transfer market. Chievo the donkeys, and then they hired another donkey.
Flying
donkey. They hired another flying donkey to try to save them.
And they started this first game with a
5-1. So I'm all for. I think that they should concentrate on other things.
There's much more. We're not saying it's a bad idea, but there's other things.
There's other things that take priority over this for me. National team, that's 1. Development of youth, that's 2. Making sure that all the teams do, if they're gonna go this direction, do create that B team in whatever division they choose to play. Have something that. Let's fix the stadiums, guys. Let's face it, they're atrocious. San Siro has its beauty, but there's not a derby every weekend. So there's not going to be 70,000 people in that stadium every weekend. Let's make it more accessible for people outside of Italy to be able to purchase a ticket to the game. So
because who knows? Maybe March. What if the flights are cheap? Maybe I'll go meet those guys in Dublin. Have a couple of pints with them. Fly over with Ryanair, or EasyJet. Go watch the game. Who knows? Who knows what the March will bring? But and by the way, when I say me, I'm saying us.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yes, guys. Sampdoria on Sunday. I'm gonna be at Ciociaro's. You guys, by all means, come by. Then we'll have on Wednesday, I believe. The Wednesday after is going to be the pickup game. Actually, on Halloween night.
There's Real Betis.
We're talking about Serie A right now. Real Betis, we should be winning. Is it a home game against Betis?
Oh yeah, for sure, we should be winning.
The 2 next games we have to win, Steve. Look, last time we said the 3 next games had to be must wins. We came out with 7 points out of 9. So far, predictions, This is why our predictions come out sometimes true, because we don't gamble. Because if we will be gambling, we will go to completely the other way around. Yeah, we're pissed off. It's frustrating because we as Milanistas,
everybody, Milan Club Toronto, Milan Club New York.
How many
Milan
were
Sydney.
they at Dublin? Is it over 200 people?
Dublin, yeah, all these clubs, all these fan supporter clubs for Milan, they're all pissed. They're all pissed, and I don't blame them to be pissed. We get together. Who wakes up early in the morning? Who wakes up in the middle of the afternoon? Who gets to the game and it's and they're working because it's Monday.
Guys,
we need to see more.
It hurts us to be pissed. Guys, it really hurts us to feel this way.
I'm not happy, and I'm shitting on Milan because they deserve to be shit on after a performance like that. You see on social media and they say, you gotta look at the light, you gotta, sempre forza. There's gonna be always sempre forza Milan. Always. We went through these 7 past shit years.
We're not gonna
abandon it now. No. That's for sure.
So,
but you cannot show up at a derby and lay a big fat egg.
You cannot go through 8 games without losing a single game and coming off. Okay, we're doing not bad. We're going, and that's what we discussed. Those 2 weeks of break, these stupid international breaks. Was it a blessing in disguise?
No, I'm not blaming the international break either. The international break is stupid. It sucks, but I'm not blaming that. He had 2 weeks to prepare for it. Gattuso, he has to. You know what, guys? Unfortunately, he's a legend. He's the coach of Milan right now. He's on a really, really hot seat now. I don't think Elliot, Maldini, Leonardo, after a performance like that, Sheva sitting next to them in La Tribuna there, I don't think they were happy after this game. Video's gonna stutter because I'm smashing the table. It's just smashing it. That's all I do. It refocuses and it's back. We're back.
I'm gonna leave you off on this, Steve.
Don't ask me a stupid question, Vince. Your table's gonna pay the price. I'm telling you.
Let me ask you this.
Maurizio from Toronto, if he gets me the table that he sent me via WhatsApp, you're gonna be okay. It's a goddamn butcher block. I can't smash it. Your table, if I wanted to, I would be able to crack it in half.
Can you let me ask you the question?
Go ahead.
Take out Higuain in that equation. Put in Ibrahimovic. Now I want you to think.
Ibrahimovic, wait. At his age now or at his age in his prime?
What we've seen him do so far. Does it not... I'm not telling you that we would have won the game. I'm not saying that. Do you see putting him in that situation? Do you see more of a reason to bring him on in January?
I think we do. I think we need him. And it's not only for Higuain. I think, unfortunately, we're seeing with Higuain, he needs to get the spot in dangerous. He needs to get the ball in dangerous positions.
Nocerino scored how many goals?
Nocerino
scored 11 goals that year.
Nocerino named his first kid's life, guaranteed, because he was never going to show. He was never going to be on the map of soccer without Ibrahimovic. Boateng, we're going to say the same thing with Boateng. Wearing the 27, he had a fantastic season. Everything builds off Ibra. But Ibra, for some reason, he's able to create by himself.
That's what I'm
Higuain
trying to get
is not that type of striker, and I don't expect him to do that.
No.
But do I expect a bit more? Yes. That's a lot of money we paid for him. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of goals. You're not going to get the service that you... Or it's up to Gattuso to find them a way to get service. Because Suso, it's not working.
Or you should have put up 2 strikers directly up in the front and go, we're going after
this game,
and that's it. We're going for
it. If he would have started the game with the 2 strikers, I would have been even more proud. You know what? He's going for it. And we're going to get killed. If we got killed 3-0, we went for it though.
And even if you don't have a striker on the bench, one of them gets started injured, Casileo, let's go with a false 9. Yeah. There's so many different types of formations. Guys, thank you for seeing live over here. You're going to get a sneak peek. Steve has not broken the table yet.
How does this go now?
Once this is finished, I'm going to put on the YouTube machine. I'm going to go edit here. It's going to upload. You're going to be able to put it on the Instagram, take a majiggy. Say, hey, if you guys want to have a sneak peek. Well, it's not really a sneak peek. They could get everything from over there. We haven't made fun of Lotto Presidente this week. We're gonna continue.
But you didn't see his points. Let's go through the points. We'll make fun of him here right now.
We did.
Puma Derby promo he puts. Like we care about that. I give a shit about the promo right now. Update on Conte. Yeah, I care about him a lot, but we just laid a big fat egg.
You see how he put the asterisk?
Yeah,
here?
because he knows.
This is breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
this is like,
no, the rest of the question is good. Lack of discipline. I wanted someone to take someone out at a certain point. That's what I want to see in the derby. I don't want to see friends. The Nainggolan and Biglia challenge, I like that. Not because I want to see him get
malicious.
hurt. I don't want him to get hurt.
It wasn't malicious, but he gave him a little, shit on shit. It's like, you know what, and again, we still don't get. I hope he gets that yellow card rescinded from over there. But
I don't want people to get hurt, but I want some passion in these derbies. I don't want them helping each other up. It wasn't like that in the olden days. I remember derbies. It was tense the complete 99 minutes that they played.
Even Maldini and Zanetti would not be hugging each other at the beginning
and
and
not in front of the cameras. That's for sure. If you want to do it in the dark when we don't see, no problem. I don't want the ultras to fight. I don't want that.
No. But show us some freaking passion.
Yeah.
Guys, comunque sempre.
Forza Milan, buonasera.
Ciao.